Hi guys, first things first for our vegan kebab is to add a large yellow or white onion to a food processor with a few garlic cloves. All the ingredients are in the description below. So we're just going to go ahead and pulse this until it gets quite fine. We want this to be nice and very finely ground. There we go. That's what you want it to look like. Now, the most important part of this recipe is this Light Life, Gimme Lean, meatless veggie sausage. They have veggie beef as well, but any kind of vegan meat that is like sticky, you want it to be sticky. Mostly. You don't want it to be crumbly, otherwise it won't really have anything to hold to. So you want something like this where it's nice and sticky. Okay, so to a bowl we added our vegan meat and we're just going to add some turmeric. Some ground black pepper. Some salt. And finally some somar. So this is the somar that we use. You can get this from your local Middle Eastern grocery store. It's spelled like that, so you might call it sumak depending on if you're not Persian. But this is what we add. This adds a lot of that traditional kebab flavor and I highly recommend. And it is so good for your digestion. You should always have this on hand. We're going to go ahead and add our finely ground onions and garlic to the same bowl. So go ahead with your clean hands and mix everything together. This is what you want. Everything to be mixed. Grab yourself a wide pan. It doesn't have to be deep, it can be shallow. You just want it to be wide, really. As wide as you want your kebab to be. So we call this kabab my tabei, which means kebab that you cook in a pan instead of on the grill. That's a separate recipe video if you guys want it. Just go ahead and dump your kebab mixture in there. And just go in with your hands and flatten it out. You can dip your hands in some water. That way it won't stick to your hands when you're flattening it out. My voice is very concentrated even though I'm just like watching you. I'm like so focused.
Just nice and even.
As you guys might be able to tell today, our mom is making this for us. She's the one who made up this vegan kebab recipe, our Persian mama. So that's how you know it's the best, because it's coming from her. If you guys want to see us make more Persian recipes, let us know. And we'll beg our mom to help us some more. We're gonna add our kabab my tabei to the stove here to let this cook on a medium heat. Medium to low, you don't want it to burn. So just make sure to cover your pan with a lid while it cooks. Next, grab yourself some tomatoes, however many you want. cut them in half, or you can cut them, you know, in fourths. The long way is good too. We just cut them in half because these are small tomatoes and we don't want them to get really mushy by the time that they cook. So after about 10 to 15 minutes on a low heat, check your kebab, and you just want to see, like, you see how it's all stuck together, it's one mass, it's not, it's sliding back and forth. That's good, that's what we want. You don't want it to be too dry, so if it's too dry, add a little bit more oil to it, and you can see the edges of the kebab are getting nicely browned, so this is when we want to cut it and flip it over to the other side. You see this? That is perfect. You want just a little bit cooked on the other side, nice golden brown. Okay, so we flip them over and put them in their right places, and we also cut it down the middle too because we like our pieces like this. But cut them into whatever size you guys want because it's all up to you how you want your kebab to be. So the other thing is to make sure to add some oil once you flipped it over, because as you can tell, the oil is gone from the pan, and because this is not real, like, you know, animal kebab, animal meat, it's gonna stick and burn on the pan. So instead we want to add some oil. That's the only place we're getting our fat from and the richness. So go ahead and add a little bit in. Now those tomatoes that we took from earlier and sliced in half, you want to add those now once you flipped the kebab over. As soon as you flip the kebab over, really, before you put the lid back on. You just want to add a little bit of salt on the tomatoes as well.
Just a little bit on the top.
And we're also going to sprinkle some more samar on the top of everything. Here's what it looks like after 15 minutes on the other side. Gorgeous, ready. Guys, here's our beautiful kebab on our plate.